All right, so check it out, right? So as you know, me and my family, we were keeping the Feast of Tabernacles on the land in the area of Zion, not exactly at Zion, but in the area. And of course, uh, just when we were starting to have a good time, by the third day, right? Uh, helicopters. Actually, the helicopters was like for like two, three. Every day, helicopters was flying over the camp. But on that third day, they started flying real low, right? And I told my wife, I was like, yo, the helicopters always flying across this field because there's a military base behind the city that I live in. And I told her, but they don't never fly in this direction. She was like, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think you might be paranoid. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But sure enough, we sitting in the car chilling, trying to figure out, how, what we're gonna do that day, well, how we're gonna prepare the food and whatnot. This is like the third day we've been on the land, and we look up, and the white trucks pulled up. They hop out with guns, telling me they finna tear the camp down, telling me I need to leave right now, this and that, blah blah blah. So I told the dude, I'm like, so you telling me I'm breaking the law? When is that a law? When did the Torah become against the law in the Holy Land? You know what I mean? In the land of Israel, when did the Torah become a crime? And of course, he's like, it's always been like that for a long time, this and this, blah, blah, blah. Right? This is what he's telling me. The whole time he's telling me he don't speak English, but he's speaking perfect English with me, right? So anyway, then he starts telling me that you want me to have your camp demolished again and all that. That's what they did to me last year. It's the same guy, by the way, same guy. And I'm like, look, do what you got to do, man. If I'm breaking the law, then I need you to give me some paper. I need a citation, a warrant, a ticket, something. You got to give me, because there's nowhere. See, they have this thing in Israel where they have these laws, right? But nobody knows the laws. They're not written anywhere. Like it's like a secret. You only know it's against the law if they catch you doing something. You dig what I'm saying? This is how everything is on like a need to know basis. And according to the Israeli government, nobody needs to know. You dig? Um, so I finally tell the dude, give me my paperwork. You know what I mean? So, and I'll go. I take my family and I leave. And he's like, okay. So he starts filling out the paperwork, right? And then he was like, we need you to sign it because they was getting mad at me last year because I wasn't signing shit, right? I wasn't signing Nathan, right? So I told him, I'm like, look, I ain't signing nothing. You know what I mean? It's the same guy, same issue. Just give me my paperwork and I'll take my family and I'll go. And so he gives me the paperwork. First, he got mad when he realized I wasn't going to sign. He tried not to give me. He snatched it away like, nah, you got to sign it first. You got to sign it first. I'm like, okay, well, obviously you need more time to figure it out. I'll be here with my family enjoying our feast. It's 7 days. So regardless, when you figure out what you want to do, let me know. Then he got really even mad because he knew if he don't serve me this legal document, then I don't have to go anywhere. You see the game that's being played, right? So then he realized he had to give it to me. So then he looks on the paperwork and it's a place on there where it says you got 48 hours to leave the spot. So he scratches it out. He scratches out the part where it says 48 hours, and then he puts must leave immediately. Now, mind you, I can't read none of this shit. It's not in English. So I got my wife translating everything, right? So then he gives me the paperwork and then he leaves. So yeah, they basically raided the camp again. They didn't take none. They didn't harm nobody. They didn't put their hands on nobody. Nothing like that. But it's the fact that they don't get no peace if a black man and his family is living somewhere in the middle of the desert in a tent. They still can't just, you dig what I'm saying? They can't just have their peace knowing that a black man is living in the middle of nowhere in a tent, right? Now, mind you, they don't want us in their cities either. They got some places in this land looking like Germany. They got some places in this land looking like Europe. They don't want black people there either. Like they've practically gentrified the entire city of Iraq. This thing was black since the early 70s, right? So they don't want us in the cities, and they don't want us in the middle of the freaking desert in a tent. You dig? But anyway, I just wanted to give that testimony of what happened out there on the land during the feast. By the time we made it to the third day of the feast, now mind you, this is a 7-day feast. Starts on the first day of the week and it ends on the last day of the week, the seventh day, according to the Enoch calendar. Right? Some of y'all keep different calendars, but this is the way me and my family we keep it. Right? So that's basically what happened. Now I want to get into this Ron Dalton and the Hebrews to Negroes author Ron Dalton Jr. debate versus the noble Hoshua Amariel, my elder here in the land, right? It was a long debate, and I kind of get this energy that, you know what I mean? This dude, Ron Dalton, he doesn't really care whether the debate goes for him or against him. His whole thing is just this is what the people want, this is what the people need, this is how we have to formulate it. So that's basically how it's going to be laid out. What I posted on my page, I hope y'all go over there and check it out. This is just the preliminary of this debate. Where is the true Holy Land? Where is Jerusalem? Where is Mount Zion? All of that. This is just the preliminary, but it's going to give you an idea of the premise of which Ron Dalton is going to come from. He's going to come from, certain things in the scriptures are made up, or he's going to deal with certain words, certain Hebrew words, and certain animals, and certain vegetations, and things like that. But that's the direction he's going to come from. But of course, you know us in Zion, we're coming from biblical geography. You can't, you can say what you want, you can change names, you can change, all types of people, displace people here and there, you can change the titles and names of places, but you can't move landmarks. We talking rivers, lakes, we talking mountains, hills, dams, all that type of stuff. You can't move that stuff. You can move a lot of other stuff. Anyway, but check that out. I just posted the preliminary debate on my page. Check that out. Leave your feedback in the comments. What you believe. If you believe Zion is in the Americas. If you believe it's in Central Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. If you believe it's in Utah, South America, wherever. Leave your comments. Let me know what you believe. Right. So now let's get into this. Let's get into this debate. I mean, not the debate. Let's get into the date. Of course, we're going to go into my baby, The Lost Book of the Holy Enochian Calendar, Volume 1 by malakdavid on Amazon. You can get the hardcover, or you can get the Kindle, the ebook as well. And this right here is a manual for all the different luminary cycles of the heavens. You got the sun, the moon, the 7 planets, the 7 heavens, the 7 worlds, the 12 zodiac. You can find all of that in here, right? The Jubilee, the Sabbath year, the age of the fish, the age of the water bearer that y'all call the age of Pisces, the age of Aquarius, all 12 ages, you know what I'm saying? On the back, we have the 120th Jubilee. You dig what I'm saying? You see World War II. We got World War II starting, I believe this is 1939, 43, 42, 41, 40. Yeah, 1939, World War II started. This is in the 120th Jubilee, and it ends in 1986 with the Khazarian government once again raiding Dimona and arresting all them people and deporting them away from their families in the middle of the night. That really happened, 1986, which led to the famous Day of the Show of Strength, and that happened in the Sabbath year, which was the 49th year of the 120th Jubilee. Anyway, let's get into the date. So we're in the 7th month, of course, right? 7th month. We're on the 21st day of the 7th month, which is the 29th Sabbath, right? Which is the 7th day, not just of the week, but also the 7th day of the feast of Tabernacles, right? And that's the 203rd day of the year, as the sun is in the third portal, right? And this Shabbat is a special Shabbat because this is the close of the feast, right? This is a holy convocation, right? And on the next day, which is the 8th day, the day of miracles, on this day, according to Jubilees 32, verse 16 through 29, this is the day, the close of the feast, the 8th day, where Jacob wrestled with the angel and got his name changed from the heel grabber to the Prince of Allah. You dig what I'm saying? So that happens on the 8th day, which begins tomorrow night at sundown, right? So that's the date today, right? So now I want to talk to you all about the famous lifetime calendar. This is my own invention. We got the rules on the back, and we got the first interactive 364-day calendar bound within the 7 days of the week, right? So with this calendar, this is the first of its kind, right? And as you can see close up, you probably can't see that, but it says Jubilees 2 and verse 9, letting you know this represents the sun. This is why I got an orange thing. This is the sun right here as it goes around the 7 days of the week, right? So the reason why we call this the lifetime calendar is because you only got to print this thing out one time and it will last you an entire lifetime. A lot of these Hebrew calendars, you got to reprint them every year. You dig what I'm saying? Because they update them according to the Gregorian dates so that you don't lose your place. But with this calendar lasts for a lifetime. You dig? You print out one time and it just keeps going. It's perpetual. You know, it's a 7-in calendar. And I'm today, for the first time, I'm going to show you the proper way of how to use the Enochian lifetime calendar. And if you want to get one of these, you got to hit my inbox. Hit me on Facebook, Dawiyah Baba Zion. You can hit me on Twitter, malakdavid. You can also comment at the bottom of the book. At the bottom of this page in the description area, and I'm gonna get back. But I'm gonna show you the proper way how to use this. What is the proper way of using this calendar? I'm gonna show you. This is the proper way of using this calendar. If you can see up there, you see that? You can ignore the long hand and the short hand. Ignore those and just focus on the red hand. You see the red hand is on the 7th day of the week, right? So I'm going to show you. This is how you use it. You buy one of these calendars off of Amazon. It's like $30, $40, $50, maybe even $60, depending on which one you want. But you keep track of the 7 days of the week. As long as you know the days of the week, you can know the entire date on the calendar. So you see the red hand is pointing to the 7th day of the week, right? I'm gonna figure out a way to change those names. I don't like the pagan names up there, But anyway, that's another story. Anyway, so we in the 7th day of the week based on the lifetime calendar, right? So now let's look at that. Let's deal with that for a second. So the lifetime calendar on the wall said it's the 7th day of the week, right? So you look at the 7th day of the week. We know we're in the 7th month. So as you can see, the green represents the 1st month, the 4th month, the 7th month, and the 10th month. The blue represents the 2nd month, the 5th month, the 8th month, and the 11th month. And the purple represents the 3rd month, 6th month, 9th month, and 12th month. So no matter what day of the week it is, if you figure out the day of the week, you know the date. Boom, right here it says the 7th day of the week. We in the 7th month. You see that? The 21st day of the 7th month will always fall on the 7th day of the week. You see that? It's the only calendar that will ever show you not just the date, but the proper day of the week. If you don't know that, then you're not really keeping the Enochian calendar. You're keeping another calendar. And that's okay. But I just have to keep putting that out there because there's a lot of Enochian calendar imposters out there that claim the Enoch calendar, but their days don't fall on the proper days of the week. The scriptures tell you days of the week, everything is supposed to fall. And you can only get this information inside the Lost Book of the Holy Enoch Calendar, Volume 1. Anyway, let me see if I left anything out. That's the proper way of how to use the lifetime calendar. And if you want to get one of those, make sure you hit my inbox or comment at the bottom of this page. And yeah, I will charge you because I'm shipping from the Holy Land. No matter, I could ship anywhere in the world, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, check that out. And I believe Jubilees 32, when Jacob wrestled with the angel, that also takes place tomorrow at sundown. Yeah, so that's about it, man. Shabbat shalom to y'all. And as we close out this feast, happy feast, righteousness shall prevail.